magical night. I think if you're going to script things out, it doesn't get any better of what your theory and your plan is in order to have that translate to the field. That certainly was huge. Smitty was unbelievable. I mean, there's just a lot of people to thank. I mean, there's a lot of people to acknowledge, and these three guys certainly are going to get it up here right now. But this has been a team all year, and it showed tonight. You know, from start to the finish. We didn't make it easy on ourselves. As Tank and I were laughing about it, we could have had a little bit more breathing room, but kind of been that way a little bit at times most of the year. So we are elated. A shout out goes to the fans. The energy was amazing, and when you're fatigued and you got to play 3 games in 24 hours and do those things, that's tough on your body. But when there's energy in the stands and there's those things, you know, these guys can get through those type of things. So now we're looking forward to get some rest and see what happens after that.
All right, we'll open up for questions. Mark.
Troy, how did you map out the pitching before the game, and then how close to the plan did it turn out?
Smitty went 1 extra inning than we wanted him, than we were planning on him, so we were going to go 3. 2 with Riley, 2 with Villalobos. Bayun can fix the gap in case there was any problems or a left-handed matchup. Advocate for 1, Rivera for 1. So we got an extra 1 from Smitty. And then we were able to, you know, do exactly what we did with Riley and Bayun and Villalobos. We did all that, and then it got to Advocate, stretched him out maybe an out or 2 more than we wanted to, and then Rivera. So it worked out pretty good.
Coach, talk about JD. He seems to be taking his game to the next level.
Unbelievable. I mean, should be a postseason consideration for MVP, even though we all enjoy. And everybody is going to get, you know, in the acknowledgments of winning. It's a team victory, but I think JD swung the bat great at Miami last year, and he swung the bat really, really good this whole regional. So I think it was a huge statement to go right off the get-go in the beginning of the game and to do that left on left, because I would have to think that part of the neutralization was Duran and maybe the left-handed bats in our lineup to maybe go left-handed, but David certainly can answer that.
Mike?
Dave, Coach said yesterday that it was a collaborative decision about, you know, who was going to come out and pitch. What did you say to him specifically that, you know, let him know you were ready?
I just told him that I, you know, took it easy on throwing the day before and that I'd be ready to go. I love these guys to death, and I'll take a bullet for any one of them, and the least I can do is go out and pitch.
Ben?
Dan Lewis had a pretty big throw out to hit the guy, the pinch runner. Can you talk about just his impact as far as kind of the grit he brings? He ran into, I don't know what that wall is made of, but he ran into that wall.
It's not padded. we might want to get that padded. Our AD sitting over right behind you, so he's right there. It's immeasurable what he does as far as, you know, the relationships with these guys, keeping I'm a big wild pitch guy, and the less wild pitches you have, that means recovery is occurring, meaning you're keeping guys from going 90 feet. He's been so much better over the years to do that. His arm is kind of what he's going to get a lot of credit for, because everybody oohs and ahs for, you know, these straight line, you know, frozen ropes that go across the diamond. But there's other parts to his game that allow him to do that, and I think they were on display tonight. I mean, this guy's caught a lot of innings for us, and I give him a ton of credit because we've warned him, and I've rode him, and I told him we had our backup catcher hurt, and he's done a great job with his body, and he's put himself in a really, really good position to be able to handle the workload, and I thank him for it, and so does all these guys as well.
Dave, what do you think about his ability to not only cut down runners, but keep them from even trying?
Yeah, it's awesome because, you know, a lot of times you get a speedy runner on, and I don't even really have to worry about being quicker to the plate. I mean, I just know that if I give him a pitch he can handle, he's going to throw him out.
Hey, Jarren, what do you have to say about coach's statements regarding you as maybe the tournament MVP offensively?
I mean, it'd be nice, but it's not really about me. It's about the team and what we just accomplished tonight. That's the bigger picture.
You did trend on Twitter.
I don't have Twitter, so.
What is it about the spotlight, man? These postseason tournaments.
I don't know. I just like to play the game. I just play hard, do my best.
Pressure doesn't get to you.
Now when you're at home and everybody's cheering for you to do good.
Troy, what did you say to your team before the game? Kind of knowing, or did you have a feeling it was going to be another, thin band?
Yeah, Eric. Last night I kind of got into the position players a little bit. Just saying, hey, I think their at bats could be a little bit better. Just swinging at better pitches, being a little more committed to what the plan is. And I'm like, go to bed last night. I'm like, oh, they're going to score 7 runs. I know it for sure. And that did not happen. And a ton of credit goes to Texas. There's no question. They are very, very talented on the mound. But I think before the game was, we get texts from Tulo, and I pass along all this stuff to these guys, and it's like, be yourself. Stay with your routines. Don't make things bigger than what they are. We talk about, we had a little phrase about death and what death means to us, and, a little inside type of thing that we're just going to play. And we were going to be committed to the pitch and be committed to where our feet are at and the present, and they did that. I mean, the guys' routines and their breaths and all the inner workings, off the chart. And that gave them the best chance to succeed, in my opinion, in these type of environments.
Mark?
Lucas, in the third inning when you guys scored on that steal second, third, what's the key to making the play work?
We had a set play on, didn't exactly go as planned, so you kind of have to adjust to the situation. I saw when he picked off the first base, I saw the first baseman turn his shoulders, and we're taught in certain situations in first and third, if you see their shoulders turn and you see his arm go back, take off, and it ended up working.
Lucas, I think it was in the 8th or the 9th foul ball here to the left side. The bullpen yelled at you when on the ball, and the lane said something to you, and you guys both left. I mean, it's a one-run game. The season's on the line. You guys are laughing. Have you guys been that loose? Is that just something that's kind of natural, or is that something you try to do?
Yeah, man. You get used to this type of environment. It's electric. We can't thank the fans enough. But you have to stay loose in these type of situations. You got to be able to laugh at yourself, smile, and if something goes wrong or something doesn't go your way. The bullpen was chirping at me all weekend. I kind of played a little fun with it near the end there. But he was joking around with me. He said, "Come on, man, lay off for that ball." Or something. I forget what he said or something like that. But we had a chuckle over it.
Buck, what impact did Bayern have? I mean, how valuable was he this weekend?
Well, we only have one left-hander in the bullpen, and we've been trying to groom him. He's an extremely talented player, but he is a freshman. And when you have freshmen, this is the longest part of the season that they've ever lived at this particular moment. So to do what he's done, and it really kind of started, there were some moments at North Carolina where he had some big innings. And it's like anybody should ask you why you should have a whole season to develop arms. And I believe in that. And Bayern's a really good example of getting better, building more trust, being a little more external, trusting who he is, all those type of things. And he is huge. He's been huge. He was huge in the Fullerton series in the end of the year. And with these guys, their better hitters are left-handed. And we knew that we needed to neutralize them, and then they stacked them up 3 in a row tonight, and we thought that was going to be a really good matchup, and we could have flipped Reynolds over to the right side if we wanted to.
Luke. Dave, talk about this senior year. It's been incredible. It's kind of like a last hurrah. Just talk about the last few weeks for you.
Well, I mean, it's been emotional, graduating and senior day, but we don't want it to end. None of the seniors do. And, I mean, pretty much just laying it all on the line. And like Buck said earlier about the whole death thing, it's not today.
Mike?
Coach, it's almost like a hokey Hollywood script that you guys in Fullerton are going to meet in the Super Regionals. What are your thoughts on that, and what kind of an atmosphere do you expect here next weekend?
Well, I think that it's pretty cool that ever how you slice it up, that there will be a Big West team in Omaha for, I believe, Eric, tell me if I'm wrong, the 4th straight year. Is that correct?
Yep.
So, we're not here trying to, lay out how the NC2A should do what they're doing. We need to take care of what's in front of us. But that in itself is fantastic. And are we tired of playing them? Well, this will now be 6, 7. We'll have at least 8 games with them for sure, possibly 9.